Come over, Ken. This giant of a man is Governor Gachagua's firstborn son. And for the last 6 months, he asked me to start working with him to show him how to run family businesses. And he's doing very well so far. I'll continue guiding him through so that he can take over from where his dad has left. Ujasema kitu.
Your Excellency the President, Her Excellency First Lady, Her Excellency Deputy President, Her Excellency former President, all protocols observed. Thank you all for being here with us today in our time of need. I wish to say that my father was many things to many people. To my grandfather, his late father, he was a dutiful son. To his many siblings and relatives, he was a brother and a friend. To the government of the Republic of Kenya, he was a civil servant, the MP of Madeira, and finally the governor of Nyeri. To his constituents, he was a leader, a visionary, someone who looked to build the profile of Nyeri and the profile of his native home. But to us, his family, he was a husband, a father, a provider, a shoulder to lean on, and the head of our household. And in much the same way that he led the people of Nyeri, within the home, he was a force of will. He had a joy for life and living, a desire to be the best, and the ability to bring out the best in others. Many will know him as the governor, but I am here to tell you about Gachagua, the man. Allow me, if you will, to share a few lessons that he taught me and how he shaped my life. The first lesson he taught me was about courage. The year was 2001. I was 12 years old, and my favorite artist, Shaggy, was coming to Kenya. I really wanted to go, but I couldn't. I was only 12. And as upset as I was, there was nothing I could do. The next day, he surprised us by telling us we're going on a family holiday. And be it fate or coincidence or the universe, Shaggy himself was on the plane with us. And as I was sitting in my seat, he came to our section of the plane to talk with his bandmates. And as much as I loved his music and wished to get an autograph, I was too scared to approach him. I turned to my father and I said, "Dad, that's Shaggy. I'd love to get his autograph." My dad had no idea who Shaggy was. He wasn't an MP, he was just a businessman. And he said, "Excuse, please come 1 second. My son wants your autograph." And, give him his credit. Shaggy wasn't too proud. He signed my autograph. And I loved my dad so much for getting that for me. The second lesson that I would like to tell you about was when my dad taught me about perseverance. He, as has been said before, was a great provider. He allowed all of us to follow whatever paths we wished and would only support us. I was sent to the University of New South Wales in Australia with my sister, but I unfortunately was not able to match her brilliant mind. I had a few stumbles along the way, and I had to come back home. When I got home, I was downtrodden. I was sad. I was hurting that I could not reach my father's expectations. I wanted to give up. I sat in the sitting room with my mom and my dad, and rather than give me some pep talk on how I could succeed, he told me, it's up to you. I can only go so far. When I had my own challenges, when I was running for MP, I went to law school. I raised all 4 of you. I built this home. I did my part, Ken. It's up to you now. 4 years later, I graduated with my Bachelor's of Media Production, and I thanked my father for teaching me to push on. The final lesson that I would like to share with you about how my father shaped my life was the lesson he taught me about strength. He was ill. This was about 2 years ago, or a year ago. It's hard to tell, but he was in India. He called me. He said, Ken, come to India. I want to see you. I came. And he told me, it's time for me to take my place in the family, to take on my responsibilities, and that he would guide me and show me the way. At the same time, he received the news of the beatification of Irene Stefani. And although he was weak and he was hurting, and I could see it, he said, Ken, let's go out and get suits. We're going home to Nyeri. And we had many candid conversations. He taught me so much. I could stay here and repeat lesson after lesson of the things that he taught me. But mostly he taught me to do what I'm passionate about, and no matter how hard, never give up. Dad, you were a font of knowledge, wisdom, kindness, understanding, and strength. You're the most generous man I ever knew, not only with your wealth, but with your time and your love. I will always love you, and I shall miss you dearly.